What's up everyone and welcome back to Let's Watch Indigo. That's me, React to Death Battle, and today we have, what are the names? We have Bakugo from My Hero Academia versus Reze, sorry guys, from Chainsaw Man. I know nothing of either of these two characters. Never watched My Hero Academia. Please don't hurt me. Never watched Chainsaw Man. Please don't hurt me. But alright, so we're going in completely blind, not making a decision at all, and well, let's see how these two characters fare in this death battle. Don't know anything about them. Let's learn.
Bakugo versus Reze, the god of explosions versus the bomb devil. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Let's get it.
Wiz, there's nothing like the smell of napalm in the morning, the rush of the shockwave, the flash of combustion. I love it when stuff goes boom.
And no one knows that feeling better than Katsuki Bakugo.
When your name literally means powerful bomb, it's no wonder he was born with the quirk explosion. It lets Bakugo create humongous kabooms from his palms. I can only dream of having hands.
His birthday is on
that
420.
Quirks are genetic
Wonderful.
superpowers that most humans are born with. Bakugo inherited his quirk from his parents. Specifically, it was a combination of his father's combustible acid sweat and his mother's glycerin skin secretions.
making Bakugo sweat basically like nitroglycerin. And the more he sweats, the bigger the booms.
Oh,
His
goodness.
parents basically made the perfect kid, absolutely oozing with shonen main character energy.
Bakugo felt similarly, so much so that he started bullying his childhood friend who happened to be born without a quirk.
Yeah, okay, he's kind of a snot-nosed turd sometimes, but come on, Wiz,
messed
the
up.
kabooms! They're so cool.
Quirks are a natural biological feature of a person's body. In the same way that we don't really think about walking or breathing, Bakugo's explosions became like any other limb, especially with his rigorous training.
Bakugo quickly picked up on how to use his explosions to obliterate anything in sight, block attacks, launch himself around, and quickly maneuver in midair at hypersonic speeds, which requires a ton of focus and on-the-fly calculations.
And despite getting this
Okay.
incredibly dangerous quirk when he was 4, he somehow never killed himself or anyone else. That we
Good
know
for
of.
him. Oh.
Bakugo was truly a prodigy, destined for greatness.
And his only goal was to surpass Japan's numero uno superhero and his personal idol, All Might. In Bakugo's mind, the only person who wins no matter what. Absolute victory. No problem for the main character.
Except Katsuki wasn't the protagonist that he thought he was. That would be Izuku Midoriya, the quirkless child Bakugo bullied. In truth, he was threatened by Izuku's tenacity despite being quirkless.
Really? That crybaby's the main character? Well, Bakugo's inferiority complex would only get worse when Deku somehow landed a quirk that was just as cool, and both were accepted to the same superhero high school, UA High.
There, he would learn to be a superhero and fully develop his ultimate moves.
Like flying through the sky faster than sound with turbo speed, blinding people with stun grenade, focusing his blasts into armor-piercing shots, or making a big-ass tornado of death.
The howitzer impact involves Bakugo spinning himself in midair with his explosions, building up a tremendous amount of swirling oxygen, and then igniting it all for one hell of a boom.
He's pretty smart when it comes to strategizing mid-fight. He even developed new techniques for his quirk faster than Deku did.
UA High also aided Bakugo's development by preparing him with his iconic Grenadier bracers, gauntlets that allow him to store up his sweat, gross, for prolonged
Ew.
bouts, or to release all of it at once in a single massive blast.
He's also got his hero suit, which helps him sweat faster in order to build up stronger attacks.
Gross.
Or the Strafe Panzer, these badass turrets mounted to his back that store his sweat as
Why
ammo.
does it go
With
dark
all of
like
that,
that?
it wasn't long before Bakugo made his
I don't know if
hero
it's just me.
debut, called the Bombshell Hero, Great Explosion Murder God, Dynamite. Hey, I dig it. The more colons, the merrier.
But despite some early wins, Bakugo failed to live up to his own sky-high expectations. He had the makings of a great hero, if only he could get out of his own way and put the team before his ego.
Especially when he was kidnapped by the League of Villains, ultimately leading Bakugo to blame himself for All Might's retirement. something needed to change.
So he vented his frustrations in a slugfest with Deku and realized something crucial. That the kind of absolute victory that defined All Might wasn't victory for himself, but victory for everyone.
He was starting to become the prodigy everyone knew he could be. I mean, hell, even while he was unconscious, he kept analyzing the fight he was in and coming up with counters. Somehow,
Bakugo's powerful enough to shatter Todoroki's heaven-piercing ice wall, fast enough to keep up with villains like Shigaraki, who can catch light beams, and tough enough to survive, well,
being dead? Yep, you heard us. Bakugo was killed, dead as a doornail. And then a single bead of sweat floating through his bloodstream detonated and restarted his heart. If that isn't main character plot armor, I don't know what is.
Okay,
his
wow.
stamina is perhaps the craziest thing about him. After all, he is tanking the recoil of all of his explosions.
Even with the overuse of his blasts literally tearing his body apart, he kept trying to make him stronger, and eventually his quirk awakened.
Essentially, when a quirk evolves to become stronger. Now, by condensing his explosions into smaller and more powerful clusters, Bakugo could enhance all of his techniques.
Like the Howitzer Impact Cluster, a stunning achievement in the field of explosionology, or kaboom theory for the layman.
Powerful enough to shatter the side of a mountain, or blow apart Uehai itself. Judging by the school's size, we can estimate Bakugo's Howitzer Impact Cluster yielded over 300 kilotons of TNT.
Given Bakugo's whole deal is explosions, it makes sense to science out what a ton of TNT actually is. It's literally the energy contained in 1,000 kilograms of trinitrotoluene.
A chemical compound composed of hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon.
That's the recipe for kabooms. Now, imagine a pile of TNT as big as the Empire State Building blowing up all at once. That's Bakugo's Howitzer Impact Cluster.
And these explosions can launch him so fast, it's like time stands still around him.
Like when he covered a huge part of this city in a fraction of a second, almost 400 times the speed of sound.
And that's not all. Now he can detonate his sweat remotely, and from all over his body, not just his palms.
With all of this crazy bullshit, Bakugo became one of the strongest heroes on Earth, enough to battle and defeat All Might's lifelong arch nemesis, All for One. Yeah, that's right, the main villain, who's the protagonist now, Deku.
Bakugo literally and figuratively surpassed his childhood idol and proved his mettle as a hero.
Number 5 on the rankings and rising. Not bad, Kachan.
But more important than proving it to his friends, to All Might, or even to Deku, he proved it to himself.
Yeah, whatever. Take that, losers! Sickest quirk in the world over here! Dynamite! Dynamite! Dynamite!
Well, okay, so he's all about the explosions and quite powerful too. I am gonna put that in consideration that he did surpass All Might. Don't know too much about All Might, but I mean, like, he was like the main like superhero, like the #1 superhero in the anime. So obviously, quite powerful in his own right. He's incredibly fast. Survived being dead. Well, I mean, unless he runs out of sweat, I don't see how he can lose, I guess. I mean, his power comes from his sweat. So, alright. A lot of booms.
Death, war, famine, conquest. Humanity has been plagued by all manner of ills since they first crawled out of the primordial ooze. In the world of Chainsaw Man, there is nothing to fear but fear itself.
Because fear itself is real, and they're called devils.
Literally devils from hell. These monstrous beings are the living embodiments of humanity's worst nightmares, and their power is directly proportional to that fear.
So the chicken devil might be so weak you could keep him as a class pet, like, you know, a chicken. But what about the bat devil, or the ghost devil, or the devil embodying man's fears of one of the greatest weapons it's ever created, the bomb devil?
Little is known about the origins of the bomb devil's current host, Reze, if that even is her real name.
She might look cute and kawaii, but she's actually a Soviet assassin trained from birth to be one of the deadliest killers on the planet. Basically a Black Widow. A cold and lonely existence for anyone, but quadruply so in a world as effed up as this.
But all Reze wanted was a safe, normal, quiet life. as much a fable to her as Aesop's country mouse.
Too bad! You are now a walking, talking explosive. Have fun.
At some
Have
point,
fun.
the girl known as Reze was implanted with a fragment of the bomb devil and became a hybrid, a human possessing a devil's powers without sacrificing their humanity, transforming their body into a living weapon.
As a hybrid, Reze's strength and speed are way crazier than a normal human's, and with her martial arts training, she's a force to be reckoned with up close. Also, Wiz, check out the bomb for a head!
Someone like Reze would eat you alive, literally. Should devils like Reze take any damage whatsoever, they can heal by consuming blood.
And that lets hybrids survive some pretty insane stuff, like having their limbs torn off, getting bisected clean in half, or being roasted alive. Just slurp some blood and they're good as new.
Especially useful considering the bomb devil's primary
okay.
ability is literally blowing herself up. Reze can emit explosions from any surface of her body, even tearing off limbs and turning them into bombs that she can detonate at will.
Goodness.
Damn, that's hardcore. She can use these blasts to jet through the sky at hypersonic speeds, maneuver and redirect herself in midair, and enhance the strength and speed of her blows.
Or Reze can send sparks that can ignite the atmosphere in explosions that tear apart entire cities. Making herself stronger the more fear her wanton destruction creates.
As long as the area around her is dry enough to maintain ignition, Reze can create as many explosions as she wants, non-stop.
She can even turn her own body into different types of real-world bombs to massively enhance their power.
Like transforming her leg into a torpedo or her apron into dynamite. Every single inch of Reze is a living weapon.
This made her feared across the devil world as one of their mightiest warriors, and the perfect choice to assassinate Japan's newly acquired devil hybrid, Chainsaw Man.
You see, you might not think chainsaws are all that scary, at least not compared to bombs, but the
Chainsaws are scary.
Devil is special.
Any devil the Chainsaw Devil consumes becomes deleted from reality, retroactively erased from humanity's collective consciousness.
And here I thought chainsaws were for boring stuff like trees or Texas massacres. Silly me.
This ability makes the Chainsaw Devil the most important being alive and invaluable for any global power to control.
Wow.
Except instead of meeting the fearsome chainsaw of legend, Reze met Denji, a dumb, horny teenage boy just looking for anyone to love.
And for once, Reze actually hesitated. Rather than immediately kill her target, she got to know him and found they weren't so different. Both were used as tools of the state, as weapons of war rather than people. A kindred spirit in a hostile world, Denji wanted to drink up as much of the excitement of life as he could. The town mouse to her country mouse.
And thankfully, he was super easy for a pretty face to manipulate.
It wouldn't be the only time.
Reze's nothing if not professional, and she gave Denji one parting gift. To teach him the way devils did battle before he died.
As the
she
embodiment of
bite
one of
his
the
tongue
deadliest
off?
weapons known to man, Reze's power is off the charts, capable of creating an explosion more than 400 meters in diameter. That's over 4 football fields long.
To have a blast that size, you'd need to be exploding with over 2 kilotons of TNT.
More than comparable to nuclear weapons, which is really impressive considering Reze is not the devil of nuclear bombs. That's apparently an entirely separate thing.
Despite her bombs being technically conventional, they're just that strong.
Likely comparable to other powerful devils like the Gun Devil, who could travel across the world and kill millions of people in 5 minutes.
That'd be over 500 times the speed of sound.
She's even stronger than the Typhoon Devil, a sentient city-spanning storm.
The literal coughing baby to her hydrogen bomb.
Unfortunately for Reze, Denji took her lessons to heart and proved he was more than a fitting host for the Chainsaw Devil.
He whooped her ass, but spared her life. Just in case her seduction wasn't a total act after all.
But
Aw.
it wasn't meant to be. Whether Reze chose the safe life of the country mouse or the exciting life of the town mouse, there are hungry cats everywhere.
Oh, Makima, what I would give to find someone to kill you.
Reze's dreams of freedom were never realized. She simply changed hands from one cold, unfeeling entity to another. And this time, there was no escape. She was a weapon, a symbol of man's bottomless capacity for malice and self-destruction.
A living bomb.
So wait, whoa, did she die? I mean, I guess like no spoilers, but if she died, huh? Okay, well no, hold on, wait a minute. Oops, hit my mic. I'm getting ahead of myself on that one. Just because she died in her anime doesn't mean that Bakugo can kill her. Ooh, it's decision time. I want to say Bakugo, but Reze, that's her name. She might have the edge when it comes to healing because all she has to do is just drink some blood, and she's good. Bakugo, I mean, well, technically they both died. Just Bakugo had some freaking sweat inside of his blood and helped him. Oof, I don't know, because I mean they're both like strong in their own classes. Like they said that he was top 5 and she's one of the strongest devils. Oh shoot. I probably should have paid a little bit closer attention to Reze's stuff. Oh, but no, it is decision time. She can blow up anything all the time. My thing is, if Bakugo runs out of sweat, which I don't think is possible, but I mean, like, if he doesn't have enough sweat, he has no powers. And she, like, every part of her is a bomb. Like, anything at all is a bomb. Ooh, but now the thing is, who's more durable? I mean, I guess Bakugo, because he's taking the recoil of all his explosions while she's just not. It's gonna come down to I think it's gonna come down to her regenerating, I guess, like of drinking blood and then being good as new. And Bakugo, oh man, I don't know what edge he has. Like, his superpower like evolved, I guess. Ooh, whose booms are stronger? That's a thing. I gotta make a decision. I gotta. So, okay. Boy, oh boy. Just cause how I wasn't paying too close attention of the numbers and also with the villains they were fighting, I'm gonna go with, and this is just like me spewing shit out of my mouth here. I'm just gonna go with the fact that Bakugo is a hero. I guess he has like that never give up attitude, while she's a devil who has that I don't care, I'll do whatever I want attitude. And I think that might be her downfall. Ooh, man. Yeah, that was a bunch of crap. But that's just what I'm gonna go with. So locking it in, and also because Bakugo surpassed All Might, and maybe again, I don't know how strong like the universes are, like from My Hero Academia and Chainsaw Man. I don't know like the differences of strength, but Bakugo surpassed the elite hero, and she didn't really pass anyone, I guess. Ah, shoot. Okay, so I'm just gonna go based off of that. So here it is, guys. My choice, locking it in, Bakugo, My Hero Academia. Let's go.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all
Oh
possibilities.
boy.
It's time for a death battle!
Here we go. Come on, Bakugo. Let me get ahead on this one, please. Boomies everywhere.
I've been sent to collect your head, Dynamite.
Better villains than you have tried, lady. You tell your bosses that after I send you back in a coffin!
How would I tell them that if I was already dead? Wow, you're quick.
Shut up and die!
I don't know if anything actually can hurt her because she's all bombed too, right?
Oh, damn! Oh, damn!
Jesus. Oh no, she got stabbed through the chest or something at the end, I saw. Oh god. Ooh, choking. Ew, is that all that sweat? That's disgusting, man. It's raining sweat.
It's move it or lose it, people!
Oh, and
Dynamite!
Let go of me!
oh, it's her.
Boom.
And then she's good as new because she drank some blood.
Leave them out of this!
Oh dear. There's that big old explosion of colorful shit.
For what it's worth, Dynamite, your blood was delicious.
And there's the sweat that ignited his heart.
You bit off a bit more than you could chew! My blood isn't the only thing you drank! It's my sweat you should worry about, dumbass!
Ooh, he blew up inside her because she drank it. Fireworks.
I'm aiming for absolute victory! Howitzer! Impact! Cluster!
Can we get it? Good lord. Kaboom! Fireworks, a festival victory for Indigo.
Scratch that. Not enough for a coffin.
Oh yes!
Oh, Jen, so sorry to hear
Bakugo!
about your girlfriend that
Yes!
passed away. She gets 5 big booms. Boom! Boom!
Please just shut up.
Let's see.
On the surface, these two seemed evenly matched. So let's break this fight down into 3 categories: their speed, their stamina, and their firepower.
First up, let's talk speed.
Both Bakugo and Reze could rocket through the sky at hypersonic speeds and maneuver and redirect themselves on a dime in the middle of fights. To the casual observer, at least, they'd seem to be on par with each other.
So we have to look at the people they've fought to compare.
Reze has battled Chainsaw Man, who could match and defeat someone using the Gun Devil's power.
The same gun devil that could literally fly around the world, killing millions of people at over 500 times the speed of sound.
Impressive, but compare that to Bakugo fighting Shigaraki, who could react fast enough to catch light beams with his bare hands.
That's over 1,000 times faster. And that was before
It
Bakugo's
really
Quirk
does
Awakening
come down
that made it
to
even faster
their
than
villains
With
that they
reaction speed
fight.
of that
Like, which one's
caliber,
stronger?
There's little chance Reze could ever get the drop on Bakugo, and would likely be forced to play catch-up in a duel. Speed goes to Bakugo.
However, speed doesn't matter if one couldn't truly hurt the other. A big part of this fight is their stamina.
Bakugo's durability is mind-boggling. He's survived being impaled through the torso and has even brought himself back to life.
But
That's
unlike
crazy.
Reze, his stamina does eventually hit a limit. Every explosion he makes whittles him down just a little bit more and uses up more and more of his sweat. Without a break, he can eventually run out.
Whereas Reze
That's what I was
can
afraid of.
effectively create bombs without respite and from a distance.
Unlike Bakugo, who usually likes to get up close and personal.
Furthermore, her devil hybrid physiology gives her an actual regenerative healing factor, allowing her to shrug off the same kind of mortal blows that would eventually kill Bakugo, main character plot armor or not.
If this ever became a war of attrition, Reze had it in the bag. Stamina goes to Reze.
However, it's unlikely it would ever get to that point. The biggest factor in this fight was always going to be their raw firepower.
Explosions! First, we gotta compare their 2 biggest blasts, Reze's nuclear light bomb against Denji versus Bakugo's howitzer impact cluster.
And the difference is obvious. Based on calculating their
Yeah,
sizes,
that
Bakugo's
I was trying to pay
300
attention
kiloton
to.
explosion was over 100 times more powerful than Reze's 2 kiloton blast.
But that's
Okay.
not all. Remember the Typhoon Devil?
Coughing baby or not, to create a storm big enough to cover Tokyo's over 2,000 square kilometers,
Good lord.
he'd have to be generating more than 400 kilotons of TNT.
Greater than Bakugo, right? But that's not all. Again, Bakugo's howitzer impact once shattered the size of this big-ass mountain. And despite being earlier on in the series, it was ginormous. Almost 3 kilometers in radius.
Or just over 2 megatons of TNT. 5 times more powerful than the Typhoon Devil, and way beyond anything
Wow.
we've seen Reze do.
And this was Bakugo before reaching his full power in his fight against All for One. Bakugo takes the final edge in explosions.
And remember, Bakugo withstands the recoil of all his blasts. So even though Reze had greater stamina, Bakugo was more than tough enough to hang on and get his kill shot, especially with his superior speed.
And Devil healing factors can be overtaxed with enough damage. Hell, she needed to drink blood a couple times against Denji just to keep fighting.
Against someone as fast and powerful as Bakugo, she would not get the chance to heal consistently, or perhaps at all.
And what happens when devils die? They Bakugo to hell.
The winner is Katsuki Bakugo.
Bombshell, hero, great explosion,
Dang, how's
murder, God dynamite.
Yeah, that was a crazy one.
Death battle.
Megamind versus Gru.
Subscribe and join as a member.
Gru
to see
versus
more Death
Megamind.
Battle. And don't
Whoo, man, I actually kind of like that death battle, man. It had me thinking, and I love how I think I'm getting a little better at it. How I'm thinking about their villains, their like when they calculate the big explosion, and like they're regenerating and they're surpassing. Like I'm glad I'm starting to think about all that, because I think that's what's really becoming the benefactor to where I can finally be ahead in these predictions. Yes, so thank you, Bakugo. That was great. Damn, that kid is strong. Oh, well, he was 25, so he's not a kid. But damn, strong as hell. That was great. So next time we have Gru versus Megamind. So I'm gonna end the video right here. Thank you guys so much for joining me on Let's Watch Indigo. That's me react to Death Battle. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Laters.